Hi guys, welcome to Pagapaivu channel. Today we are going to talk about an interesting topic called Altman's Z Score analysis. Every supply chain professional should know about this Altman Z Score analysis. Basically, I am a supply chain professional. When I was going through my resume, I had seen this term called Z Score analysis. Then I decided to make a video to share my knowledge with my friends like you. Why a supply chain professional should know? Basically, Altman Z score analysis are used by financial experts and investors to analyze the financial capability or financial strength of a company. But a procurement professional or a vendor development professional or a supply chain professional, why they should know about this Z score analysis? The answer is very, very simple. If you want to mitigate the risk, then you should know. Just think about if your supplier become bankrupt one day, then your supply chain will get disrupted like anything. So if you got to aware about any of your supply chain partner is going to bankrupt, then you can make your plan ready and you can strategize for the future, for which you should know about Altman's Z-score analysis. So it was derived by Edward Altman in 1968. It's almost 5 decades now. He created one formula which used to predict the bankruptcy of a company in near future. It's around 2 years. Originally, he has derived this formula to calculate the bankruptcy, to predict the bankruptcy of a public manufacturing firms whose value was above $1 million in asset value in 1968. Later on, this formula was adapted for non-public manufacturing firms as well as for smaller and private firms whose value is worth less than $1 million also. So here, this is Altman Z score formula. Altman Z score formula, the formula which is shown here is for the public manufacturing firms, which is nothing but 1.2 multiplied by A plus 1.4 multiplied by B plus 3.3 multiplied by C plus 0.6 multiplied by D plus 0.99 multiplied by E. This A, B, C, D, E or the financial ratios. A is nothing but working capital divided by the total assets. Working capital can be calculated by current assets minus current liability. So this ratio measures the liability of the firm. What are the liabilities the company is having? Then B talks about the ratio of retained earnings by total assets. It talks about the measures accumulated profits compared to assets. If the company is having more accumulated profits, then they can make more investments and make more money with those investments. Next thing is earnings before interest and taxes by total assets. So it talks about how much profit the firm's assets are producing in a particular period. Then D is equities market value divided by total liabilities. So here, only in this ratio, the denominator is different, which is a total liability. In all other cases, it is total assets is the denominator. So here, equities market value is nothing but the total number of shares the company is holding multiplied by the stock price of the company. The next thing is total sales by total assets. So here with the assets, how much sales the company is producing, it is a measure. So after calculating all this, we will get a score. If the score of the firm lies in the range of 0 to 1.8 up to 1.8, then they are in red zone. There is more chances that the company will become bankrupt. If the value is going to be less than 3, which is up to 2.99 and starts from 1.81, then it is a gray zone, which is in between. It may or may not happen. It is on both sides, which you can decide about what to be done. If the value starts from 3 up to 4, then the company is in safe zone, which is green zone. You can be more confident with your supplier that in near future, which is around 2 years, the company, your vendor partner, is not going to be bankrupt. So basic thing is getting this data is a challenge for most of the people. In case of public firms, this data is already available on public platforms. But even I have seen in most website pages and YouTube videos, I have found most of the people has not shown how to get this data to calculate this Z score even for a public firms. But now in this video, I have shown how to get this data to calculate the Z score of a particular company. Before going ahead, I request you to subscribe our channel and share about our channel with your friends so that they can also know about these kind of wonderful topics. Now, I have taken a case which I have calculated the Z score of Mahindra and Mahindra. Mahindra and Mahindra is one of the topmost automobile company manufacturing tractors, cars, even they are into electric vehicles also these days. So I have calculated here, I have already shown the scores and everything, but you no need to worry. I will show you how you can get this data. You can get all this data either from the company's annual report or from the BSC website itself. So you no need to worry how you can get this data. It is very, very easily available if the company is listed in BSC and or NSE. So now we will move ahead. First, I will show you where you can get the annual report data first. See, this is the annual report of Mahindra and Mahindra of financial year 2021. Here, this is right now available in Mahindra's company website itself. If you can't able to find the financial report of a company in their website, you can easily take it from BSE website also. So either way, you can get the financial annual report of the company. For working in that, I have downloaded the report already, so I will not be going through in the website directly. See, if you see in the page itself, I have already shown where are those financial data are available. We require 7 financial data. I have mentioned in business report where you can find this data. So the total assets, you can get it from balance sheet. Balance sheet is page number 234. Even the working capital, you have to calculate based on current assets minus current liabilities. It is also available in page number 234, which is the balance sheet. Then retained earnings is available in statement of change in equities. In annual report, it is page number 237. Then earnings before interest and taxes is available in profit and loss statement, which is page number 235. Then the market value of equities, you have to make use of this formula. Number of shares into share price. Number of shares is available into 57 page. Share price, I will show you how you can get it from BSE website. Then sales is nothing but revenue from operations, which is available in page number 235. Then the total liabilities, which is available in balance sheet again, which is page number 234. Now we will go to Mahindra and Mahindra balance sheet and we will see this value. See, the first and foremost thing is the total assets, which is the denominator in most of the cases, which is available in 234 in ratios A, B, C, and E. Leaving aside D, in all cases, the total assets is the denominator, which is 59,588.8. The values are in rupees crores. So the first financial data is ready. Then you require the working capital, which you have to calculate it, which is going to be your current assets minus your current liabilities. The current assets is around 20,312.3 crore minus your current liabilities, which is 15,133.17. So two financial ratios we have got, then financial data, sorry. The third one, we require total liabilities, which is denominator in ratio D. So the total liabilities is non-current liabilities plus current liabilities. So you have to add 9953.71 plus 15,133.17. The value will be in rupees crores. So three data we have got from balance sheet. In 235, which is revenue from operations, which is going to be the sales value. So here you have got that. Then next thing is profit before taxes. So 1460.28, which is your earnings or profit before interest and taxes. So totally 5 financial data we have got. Now this is in 236. This is your statement of changes in equity. This table shows the value of financial year 1920, but we want the detail of 2021. Go to next page, which is 237. In that you can find retained earnings, so which is 29018.85, which is the retained earnings. So 6 financial values or data we have captured. So now we will require the number of shares, equity shares, which is available in 257. So this value basically 119.47 billion shares is there for equity for Mahindra and Mahindra based on annual report of FY 2021. Now we want only one more detail, which is the share price of Mahindra and Mahindra on March 31st. You visit BSE website. In that you mention the name of the company for which you want to do the analysis. So I have already mentioned and I have taken Mahindra and Mahindra. Today's rate is there, but I'm more worried about March 31st price. So we are in August, so I'm clicking last 6 months data. So if it is 3 or 6 months data, I'm clicking that. So once I'm just moving the cursor on, so 30th is this much, 10 minutes. So 31st is 791.95.1 is the value of Mahindra and Mahindra, which is the share price per share price. So now we have seen how to get the data from annual report and BSE website. Now we will move on to Excel and I will show you how the values were calculated. See, already we have seen that total asset, it does not require any formula. Directly, whatever the value was in annual report, I have captured that. Then working capital is nothing but the current assets minus the current liabilities, which I have mentioned. Retained earnings, directly you can take it. Next comes earnings before interest and taxes, which is whatever available in the annual report, I have captured that. Then market value is, which is market capitalization of the company. I have calculated it by number of shares by share price. The value of all other financial data is in crores, so I have divided that by 10 to the power of 7 and converted that value also in crore. So revenue from operations is the sales. I have captured that data also. Then total liabilities, which is the non-current and current liabilities, the total value. So next, I am calculating the Z score value, for which first I have to calculate the financial ratios, which is A, B, C, and D. So here, first one is working capital divided by total assets. The second financial ratio is nothing but retained earnings by total assets. Then third one is earnings before interest and taxes by total assets. Then fourth one is the market capitalization or market value of equities divided by total liabilities. Then the last one, or the fifth one, is the sales by total assets. So I have calculated the financial ratios also. Then we just need to multiply these values. After multiplication, we have to sum it up. So 3.88. So Mahindra and Mahindra, they are in very, very comfortable position. So if they are your suppliers or your customer, you don't need to worry that the company is going to be bankrupt in next 2 years. So this financial ratio basically has to be part of your vendor assessment or CFT procedure, vendor evaluation procedure, and since it predicts the the bankruptcy for next 2 years, you have to do this activity alternate year basically, so that you can able to predict the financial strength of your vendor partners, and you can able to make your strategy accordingly and able to mitigate the risk. So now we have calculated the Z score for one of the public manufacturing firm in India. So they are in safe zone. Now we will see the formula for private companies. The formula is same, but only the coefficients were different. Here the coefficient of A is 1.717, B is 0.847, C is 3.107, D is 0.42, E is 0.998. Here there won't be any market capitalization value. So here whatever the book value in the company's records, that thing you have to consider. Here this data won't be available in public domain, which since they are your supplier, you have to discuss with them and you have to get this data at the time of evaluation. Then if the company is non-manufacturer, then there is no E ratio. There are only 4 ratios, and accordingly the score is calculated. One thing which we have missed out here, the red zone value is reduced in case of private firms. Instead of 1.81, it is dropped down to 1.23, but the gray zone is bigger in this case. In case of private firms, the safe zone remains same. In non-manufacturers, E is left out. Here the red zone has become furthermore smaller. It is 1.12, but the gray zone reduced compared to the private firms, which is 1.1 to 2.6. the safe zone is increased in this case. It is between 2.6 to 4. So by using this formula and all, you can able to calculate the Z-score analysis, and you can able to predict the financial distress or a bankruptcy possibility of your vendor partner, and you can able to mitigate your risk. Hope you enjoyed watching this video and you would have learned something new with this video. If you like this video, please click the like button and do subscribe our channel. If you have any queries, please put it in comment sections, and please share with your friends so that they will also aware about this kind of techniques. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.